विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन्निति नामिने नमो विष्णुपदाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी आशातादिशातारिणे सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी आशातादिशातारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैता गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol, Jagat Guru Shila Prabhupada ki jai, Anand Koti Vaishnav Vrinda, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Nita Mataji. Thank you, Tanishka Mishti. Thank you so very much. Hare Krishna. So, welcome everyone for our Nectar of Instruction classes. आज हम भूल गए कि आज करवा चौथ है और आज माताजी लोग बिजी रहेंगे. We should have done, but all Matajis are still, their ratio is still more than Prabhuji's. So, thank you so much, all of you, for joining us. And I think Maharaj is here. Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So thank you so very much, Maharaj, for joining us. Today we have less turnout because it's Karwa Chauth, a big festival here in North India. We forgot. But still, there are more Matajis than Prabhujis. Surprisingly, it's a day they keep fast for the husband, Maharaj. like a
Okay.
like a Nirjala fast, Maharaj,
Mhm.
like that.
How is the
So
weather in Delhi now?
it is a little cold now, Maharaj. I think it went. Priti was showing me it went 10 degrees, I think, yesterday or like that. So it is cold now, Maharaj.
10 degrees you have?
Yes, Maharaj.
Wow. Okay.
Uh,
Here we have still like a 25 or like 20. No.
yes,
But today it got cold.
yes, Maharaj.
And I heard that no, this winter should be very severe in India. They say should be very cold. That's the prediction.
Yes,
So prepare for it.
prepare. Yes, Maharaj. Yes. So thank you so very much, Maharaj, for joining us, and we loudly welcome by chanting loud Hare Krishna Mahamant to welcome His Holiness Bhakti Arja Priti Vardhan Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Hare. Just 1 second. Okay, very well. Call you tomorrow, eh? Huh? I will call you tomorrow. Okay. Very well. Okay, sorry for that. So then we continue with the nectar of instruction, and we will then start with the first verse, right? We
Yes,
finished the
Maharaj.
introduction.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah. Okay, so then we can recite. Vacho vegam manasa krodha vegam, jihva vegam udarapashta vegam, etan vegam yuvishayata dira, sarvam apimam pitim chashishyat. A sober person who can tolerate the urge to speak, the mind's demands, the actions of anger, and the urges of the tongue, belly, and genitals, is qualified to make disciples all over the world. So that's itself speaks a lot. That's a translation by Srila Prabhupada. And then we will read the purport now, and then now try to get more deeper into the explanation, what actually it all means. In Srimad Bhagavatam 6.1.9 and 10, Parikshit Maharaj placed a number of intelligent questions before Shukadeva Goswami. One of these questions was, why do people undergo atonement if they cannot control their senses? For instance, a thief may know perfectly well that he may be arrested for his stealing, and he may actually even see a thief arrested by the police, yet he continues to steal. Experience is gathered by hearing and seeing. One who is less intelligent gathers experience by seeing, and one who is more intelligent gathers experience by hearing. When an intelligent person hears from the law books and shastras or scriptures that stealing is not good, and hears that a thief is punished when arrested, he refrains from theft. A less intelligent person may first have to be arrested and punished for stealing to learn to stop stealing. However, a rascal, foolish man, may have the experience of both hearing and seeing, and may even be punished, but still he continues to steal. Even if such a person atones and is punished by the government, he will again commit theft as soon as he comes out of jail. If punishment in jail is considered atonement, what is the benefit of such atonement? Thus Parikshit Maharaj inquired. So this is our situation. We are conditioned, we are here, and we are constantly gathering our experiences by hearing, by seeing, or by experiencing. The most intelligent people, they learn by hearing. The Shastra says, or no, the parents say to the child, right? Don't touch the fire. The fire is hot. Now, if the child is actually intelligent and has trust in his parents, then he will not touch the fire. He will understand not to do that. So he will be spared of the suffering, what it means, then to actually be burned. If the child thinks, well, okay, no, this is what the parents say, but it may not apply to me. And then he may see his friend getting burned by the fire. Then it's somebody close, and no, so it's a bit more traumatic situation for him. He's not trying to help him. He's burned. He got burned by fire. So that's enough. That can be enough for him to learn, and he will not want to touch the fire because he has in memory what it was like when his friend got burned. But still, now it may not be enough, and he may just go and think, well, okay, parents told me, all right, but that's not that important. My friend got burned, but he got burned maybe because he is not fireproof. Maybe he doesn't have the potency. So, but I am better. I know I cannot get burned. So then he tries that and he gets burned. Then he learns by experiencing it. And he gets the experience of, oh, if I touch fire, it burns. So from that point, then he should be realized enough, okay, I'm not going to touch the fire again. The burn is really bad and it hurts and I don't like it. But if the person is not intelligent, then he will consider, okay, I touched the fire, I got burned, but maybe I touched the fire from wrong angle. I did something wrong and that's why I got burned. Okay, let me try it again. And he goes on and tries again. Like, I can tell you one story. No, it's not a story. Actually, it's actually happened. In one factory, which they were making some, they were using like a press cutter, like a steel cutter, huge one, many tons. And then they were cutting like a steel sheet. And you know, these machines are very dangerous. So there are so many securities, the lights, like the lasers. And if you come close to it, when it's in operation, then it will stop immediately. So people cannot get injured. So there was one laborer, and he was trying to see now how could he overcome the security. So he was trying different ways, how to get there, kind of like, and not to cause the machine stop, but still go very close to it. And somehow or other, then he was able to do that. And he got too close and his hand got cut off. So it's full of blood, emergency. He went to the hospital and he lost his hand. It was completely smushed. So then he was many months out. He was recovering. Now, after some time, he comes back to the factory. Now is like invalid, right? But nonetheless, he comes there. His friends are there. So he is just visiting. He's seeing them. And the friends were asking, I cannot understand. No. How is it possible that you got your hand cut off? There are so many securities. It's not possible to really get to it. How did you do it? And the man said, oh, you want to see? I'll show you. So he did it again. And this time his second hand got cut off. So you see, what's the use of experience if the person is not intelligent? We have to have some intelligence. We gather our intelligence by our experiences. But we should realize that these experiences are for us to learn from. Not that we experience the same thing again and again, making the same mistake again and again, and not learning. There is a saying, no, that committing mistakes, it's human. But you have to learn from mistakes. So if you make a mistake and you learn from it, it's great. But if you make a mistake and again make the same mistake and again same mistake, then people will not trust you. You say, what a fool he is. He's doing the same thing again and again, and he's not learning. So therefore, this is what Srila Prabhupada talks about here. The people who are foolish. For them, punishment, like an atonement, it's useless. A thief gets into the jail. There, he will spend some time. He comes out, he will do the same thing again. And in fact, in the jail, he meets with all the other thieves. So he learns better ways to steal. So when he comes out, then he will be even better thief. It's pointless. So a person who does not want to learn, no matter what experience or however you teach him, he will not learn. But the person who wants to learn, if he is very intelligent, he is subtle, he's pure, by hearing it's enough. If he needs a little bit more, then by seeing he will learn. Or if he is still a little bit less intelligent, then by experiencing he will get the realization, he will learn. So this is the point. So we should try to learn by hearing or seeing. And if we have to experience it, then at least just realize, okay, I have experienced it, it was bad, I don't like it, I will not do it again. And it's also fine. We had got some of the bad experience, but nonetheless, at least we realized. So, and the same thing, it goes with every experience in our life. It can be the fire, it can be electricity, right? There was one guy here, and he was going and he saw there was an electric wire fallen on the ground. He was going with his friends. So then the electric wire, it was 11,000 volts. So he made a bet with his friends. Hey, let's make a bet. I can touch the wire. If I touch the wire, you give me whatever, 100 rupees. No, you cannot do it. Yes, of course I can. Okay. So he went there and he just flicked the wire. But because it's 11,000 volts, then it's a very high voltage and the voltage cuts. He lost 2 fingers. Foolish. 400 rupees. Useless. So we should be better than that. The same thing applies in marriages. If somebody can remain brahmachari, he should remain brahmachari. If he gathered the experience that, okay, I understand that my life should be dedicated to spiritual life. And I don't need any other sense gratification or anything else for it to realize that. He remains brahmachari. Somebody who has the understanding, I want to also practice devotional activities, but I have desires. I have strong desires. I want to have some nice apartment. I want to have some nice car. I want to make a lot of money. I want to have nice children. So brahmachari cannot have that. So therefore, then the person will understand, okay, so I have to go and I have to enter Grihastha ashram. So with the Grihastha ashram, you may get all that or not. That's depending on so many things. But okay, supposedly, yes, you are rich and you can get all that. But that's just the very tip. More than that, you are taking responsibility. You are taking responsibility for your wife. You are taking responsibility for your children. You are taking responsibility for many other things. And it's a lot of demand. It's a lot of responsibility. Brahmacharis have no idea what the responsibilities Grihastha have. But the Grihastha chosen, okay, I want to have that enjoyment. So for that, for the little, you have to pay a lot. Now, if as a Grihastha, you take it as a Grihastha, that means you take it seriously. And you pay in the way of taking care, giving association. Now, not being unchaste and properly seeing just what you need to do, taking responsibilities. That's a lot of effort on both the parents. And the effort is very exhausting. Now it's a high cost. But he does it because I said I will do it, because I promised, I made a commitment. So because he does that, he gets realizations. So at the end of the time when he is in the Grihastha ashram, then he has no need to look for another Grihastha ashram. He realized I had put so much effort into it. It was very important. And I have realized from it that I don't need it anymore. I don't need the expensive car. I don't need a big apartment. I don't need anything else. I have taken care of my children. The children are grown up. No, they take care of themselves. I don't need it anymore. And do I want not to enjoy another woman? No, I don't need that. I am fully satisfied. So then I can renounce. So he renounces the Grihastha ashram and becomes vanaprastha, sannyasi, with the realization. So this is what the verse talks about, just how to get the realization. But if the person, he is not in the Grihastha ashram, he becomes a Grihamedi. So then what is his realization going to be? Okay, I'm taking care. I'm committing. I'm going to take care of my wife. I'm going to take care of my children. Okay, fine. But obstacles come. No, I don't like obstacles. No, actually, no, she's not a good woman. Okay, I'll give her up. I will take another one. And I will enjoy with another one. So what the realization he gets? He does not put the effort into, he does not fulfill the commitment which he had given. Therefore, his realization will be very minimal. And he will tend to blame the other person. It's her fault or it's his fault, not mine. And because of that, the realization that he should use his life for practicing spiritual, devotional service will not come. So he will constantly look for new enjoyments. Oh, that's her fault. Okay, I'll marry another one. Oh, it's also her fault. Now I'll marry another one. And they go on, marrying 3, 4, 5, 6 wives. They are still married. They have sex when they are in their 70s, 80s. It's crazy. He goes on, and then as such he dies, thinking of sense gratification. He had no time to think of self-realization. So this is actually the pity way, just how to end up one's life. We don't use the human life properly, then everything is ruined. And how to use it properly, this is what the first verse talks about. That we constantly engage ourselves in devotional activity. But to do that, as we were talking about before, then the first verse first talks about what we have to start with ourselves, to be able to get these realizations. Okay. He compared atonement to an elephant bathing. The elephant may take a very nice bath in the river, but as soon as it comes onto the bank, it throws dirt all over its body. What, then, is the value of its bathing? Similarly, many spiritual practitioners chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra and at the same time commit many forbidden things, thinking that their chanting will counteract their offenses. Of the 10 types of offenses one can commit while chanting the holy name of the Lord, this offense is called Namno Balat Yasya Hi Papa Buddhi, committing sinful activities on the strength of the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Similarly, certain Christians go to the church to confess their sins, thinking that confessing their sins before a priest and performing some penance will relieve them from the results of their weekly sins. As soon as Saturday is over and Sunday comes, then they again begin their sinful activities, expecting to be forgiven the next Saturday. Some of the churches, they even sell like a tickets, like a prepaid that you can buy ahead. So if you commit some offenses in the future, it will be automatically eradicated because you had prepaid for that. There is the police also have some anticipatory bail. You are expecting that you may get jailed, so you prepare yourself so you don't go into the jail. So the Christians, some of the Christians, some churches, they have that you can prepay for it. So you have money, you pay, and you are free of sins, whatever you do. It sounds so good. But unfortunately, it doesn't work. It's a foolish idea. Somebody's making money on it. This kind of prayashchitta or atonement is condemned by Priti Maharaj, the most intelligent king of his time. Shukadeva Goswami, equally intelligent, as befitting the spiritual master of Maharaj Parikshit, and answered the king and confirmed that his statement concerning atonement was correct. A sinful activity cannot be counteracted by a pious activity. Thus, real prayaschitta, atonement, is the awakening of our dormant Krishna consciousness. And as we were talking before, see, Krishna consciousness is available to everyone at all time. But how many devotees are there in the world? Most of the people have no faith. Most of the people, they don't want. I am not into it. So therefore, Srila Prabhupada then he used to teach, okay, do whatever you do. No problem. Just add chanting of Hare Krishna. Just add even few Maha Mantras. Chant one round. In the morning, 5 minutes chanting. It's not that much of a time. No. So, or then you get more time, read one verse from Bhagavad Gita. So that itself, and you go on doing what you are doing. Maybe pious, maybe also sinful, but at least just you add the Hare Krishna to it. Now, what does this do? It purifies one. And the purification then comes eventually to the stage that the person starts thinking, why am I doing it? I should not be doing wrong things. Krishna doesn't like it. I want to please Krishna. So he starts thinking. There was one devotee, and he was unable to join temple. It was during Srila Prabhupada's time. So the brahmacharis, they were asking, no, come on, why don't you join? He said, yeah, I cannot. Why you cannot? You see, I'm still addicted. I want to drink some wine. I'm sometimes drinking. So why don't I give it up? I'm too attached to it. So then the devotee got darshan of Srila Prabhupada, and he confessed. He said, Srila Prabhupada, I have difficulty to give up drinking the wine. Please, what should I do? Can you instruct me? And then Srila Prabhupada said, all right. So before you drink the wine, then just offer to Krishna what's good in the wine. Okay. So then he went home, and after a few days, then he was in the ashram, and the devotees were asking, "Wow, you are finally in the ashram. So means you gave up drinking?" Yes. No, I don't want to see them anymore. How? You said you were so attached. Yeah, it's true. I was so attached. But then I spoke with Srila Prabhupada, and he told me, before you drink the wine, then offer the good things in the wine to Krishna. So then I went home, and I put the wine in the glass, and then I was going to offer the good things in the wine to Krishna. So I was thinking, now what is it? Okay, what is the good thing in the wine? So is it the smell? No, actually, it doesn't smell nice. No. So okay, so what? The taste? It's also not very good taste. So maybe the color? Yeah, okay, the color could be nice, but that's not enough. So why am I doing it actually? What is good in the wine? And he realized, and he stopped drinking. So sometimes, just analyzing things, what we are doing, and what's the benefit there for us, and what's not, can make us stop to do nonsense activities. If we are sincere, it's enough. Okay. Any questions?
Hare Krishna. Devotees, if you have any questions, you can unmute yourself or write on the chat.
No question.
It is, they're all absorbing it, Maharaj.
Okay.
Hare Krishna Maharaj, Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, I have one small question actually. You mentioned that that Krishna consciousness is gradually purifies and one comes to a stage that to thinking that, oh, why am I doing this? And Krishna doesn't like it. But still, when we are engaged in our daily work, we tend to do many activities which, if we tend to contemplate, we would find that it is not actually the best practice, even morally, but to say of Krishna consciousness. So, how to bring ourselves to in practice to leave those kind of activities or practices, like in work when we say of uh, salaries and other things. So,
See, there are not two aspects to what you can do. One is that you analyze it like that. And now you work out on, okay, what is better than this? Now, if the attachment for the nonsense still prevails and we are unable to work it out, to give it up, then you may work on the other aspect, disgust that to yourself. Like, for example, one may be attached to eating some sweet. So you go next to the sweet shop, and if you are really, really attached to it, there's a good chance and you will just go in and just take it. Just offer it in your mind, and then take it. So this may not be the best practice, right? And then you want to give it up. You want to get rid of the attachment to the point that whenever you go nearby the shop, you have to stop and eat, buy the sweet. You don't want to do that. But the mind pushes you and you cannot really do much about it. So then try working on from the other perspective. Maybe go and see the kitchen. And when you see the kitchen, there's a good chance that it's very dirty. Depends on what kind of shop it is, right? You may see the laborers, the cooks who are working there, kind of like also not clean, sweaty. Everything goes inside. They are smoking. Or, so if you don't have the chance, you may start thinking about it. Oh, maybe the kitchen is not clean. Maybe this is not. Oh, I don't want to come here again. So if you discuss it to yourself, the mind will drop the attachment. It actually happened long time ago. The Gurukul boys, when the Gurukul was still near the gate, then they were very attached of eating puchkas in the evening. So they would go for puchkas. They sneak away, just go eat some of the puchkas, and then go back, and again sleep. So nobody finds out anything, and they get to enjoy. And at the time, what puchka was, I don't know, 25 paisa or something like that. So it was fine. Now the teachers didn't come to know because they were very smart boys. So one day the boys again come to the puchkawala, and no, he's not there. But the store is there, but he's not there. So then they are waiting, and actually, they see him. He's on the side and he's passing water. All right. So now he is coming back. Okay, so now they are now happy. Okay, so now we will get the puchkas and go back. He comes back and he starts serving the puchkas. He did not wash his hands. When the boys realized that, they got sick. And I don't want that anymore. No, forget it. They went and they were not attached to go again to the shop to eat puchkas. There was enough. They were disgusted. So that's one way how you can treat it. So see to it. Get attracted to something which it's better than what you are attached to. And if that doesn't work, disgust the attachment to yourself such a way so you are not attached anymore. It may take a few attempts, little time, but it works. Okay?
Yes, thank you, Maharaj. Actually, it does work for a little gross thing, but which is more subtle when it comes to our practices. Then it is even more difficult to even contemplate when we are doing, and more than that, to make a reform.
Yes, it's a different case by case. No, so you have to apply both, but there's a system which is universal. You get rid of attachment by getting attached to something which is more attractive, or disgust yourself with attachment so you get detached from it. And combination. Krishna consciousness is the same thing. You want to realize that chanting of the Hare Krishna is more attractive than anything material. But we have to accept it. We have to want to know that, and then it will work eventually. It's a Vaidya Bhakti. So through the process, we will come to know. It's not maybe very fast for someone, but if you keep doing it in the association of devotees, following the devotees principles, you will come to know. You will come to realize that. And if you want to make it faster, then disgust yourself the activities in the material world. So then you are not into it. Even if it's subtle, who decides whether it is subtle or gross? You decide. For somebody, what's gross for you can be subtle for somebody else, and vice versa. So actually, more purified you get, the subtle things become more gross. Subtle things become something which is so difficult to overcome. But for somebody who is gross, engrossed in the material enjoyment, this is nothing. He is unable to see. So that's also relative to decide whatever is subtle and gross. Whatever is material, it's bad. So all should be overcome. So even if it's something subtle, don't worry about it and then engross it to yourself, like disgust it to yourself. But now you have to use your intelligence how you do that. Yeah.
Yes, Maharaj. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Maharaj. Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, I just want a more explanation on the part that intelligent person thinks too by hearing, because we don't have that understanding much. We always want to experience all the things, like by hearing. We don't just maybe trust on that one, or maybe we just don't have a realization just by hearing only. So how can we just practice these things that especially from hearing from shastras and from senior devotees and Maharaj, and we can understand more by hearing, not by just thinking about that, let's experience this and go out of the way and just doing that one. That's, I just want more understanding on this part, Maharaj.
See, it's based on your faith. So if you have faith in a person and the person says something that is good for you, you accept it, you follow. Like you go to a doctor. You don't know the doctor. You don't know who is he, but no, you have to go because there is no other doctor. So he gives you some medicine. So naturally you have some faith because you don't have anybody else. So then you take the medicine and you get cured. So next time you get sick, you will consider the doctor again. You have some faith because last time he cured. Now you have some different disease. So, okay, let's give him a try. So you go and he gives you medicine and he cures you. So, oh, he seems to be a good doctor. You ask around your friends. Oh yeah, I know the doctor. He is good. So your faith increases. So first time you come, very skeptical. Oh, I don't know if he's going to, but I don't know option. Oh, maybe he's going to the second time. But after a few times, then you figure out that he's good. So you have faith in him. You recommend him to your friends too. And whenever you go to the doctor, he says, you should not eat this, you should eat that, no, you should do this. And because he says so and you have faith in him, you will follow. Because you have experienced that following the instructions give you good results. So that translates to the spiritual activities. So the same thing. We have some understanding that Guru Sadhu Shastra is right. But we may not know fully, but we are trying. And our Guru, the Sadhu, they speak about Shastra is good. Shastra is correct. You should see everything through the Shastra. Okay, so I'm trying. So we try, and we try some things. And if we try with sincerity, then we can figure out that, yes, actually, it's true, it works. If I have little faith, then it works. Then we read about Prahlad Maharaj in Bhagavatam. With full faith, full absorption on the Lord, he overcome all the calamities. Oh, no, but that cannot be me. No, I cannot do that. But I'm developing more faith. So with the faith, then we progress. Shraddha, Sadhu Sangha, Bhajana Kriya, Anartha Nivritti, Nishta, Ruchi, Asakti, Bhava, Prema. We progress. And that progression is just nothing else than deeper faith. Because Prema is absolute faith. The Brijbasis, they have absolute faith. Krishna will protect them. They will not do anything without Krishna. They decide to worship Govardhan instead of Indra because Krishna said so. There is no logic in it for them. But the logic is Krishna wants that. He is right. It's perfect. Everything else has no sense. So that's full surrender. And that's what we want to develop. So to develop to that point, we can, but we have to develop not the faith. And when we have the faith, then yes, I have faith in my Guru, and he tells me this is good for me, I'll do it. We cannot do it without faith. There's no blind faith. That doesn't work. You have to know. A Guru is bona fide Guru. He follows Guru Saru Shastra. So therefore, I can have full faith in him. He cares about me. So what he says, I'll do. And that's your learning by hearing. Or he gives instructions now to his other disciples. I see that works for them. I will learn from that. Learning by seeing. And sometimes we also learn by experiencing, but we learn. It's at the end, it doesn't matter if you realize it by seeing, by hearing, or by experiencing, as long as you realize it. It's just more level, not deeper level of, can be suffering or endeavor, or whatever it may be. But at the end, it's done. So like you want to buy some car. Okay, so you pay 1 lakh or 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs. No, at the end, you got the car. Yes, okay, you pay a little bit more. So you have to work a little bit hard, but you got the car. So you can get the same as the one who got for 1 or for 2. It's the same car, but you got better discount. No, you bought it late. So, but you got it. So you can use it now. So this is what the experience is. So don't worry about that. It's not absorbing by hearing. You go on, want to realize it, and whichever method, it's fine. Just realize it. And as one gets more purified, then the absorbing it through hearing and seeing will be easier. So don't worry about it. Just go on with your spiritual activities, perform devotional service, serve devotees, and everything will be properly adjusted. Yeah?
Yes, thank you so much, Maharaj. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna. Okay.
Hare Krishna. Devotees, do we have any more question for Maharaj? Megha Mataji, you have written Hare Krishna Maharaj. Do you have a question?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Yes, I have a question, but I am unable to form it very in a proper manner, so I was writing it. Yeah. प्रभु जी मैं एक्चुअली ये पूछ रही थी कि जो हम जैसे कार्तिक के टाइम है तो इसमें हमें वृंदावन जाना चाहिए एंड इज दिस कि ये हमारा जैसे फेथ होता है कि कृष्णा विल सेव अस नो मैटर कि व्हाट इज द सिचुएशन राइट नाउ कि कोरोना का टाइम चल रहा है तो हमें मतलब जाना चाहिए इट इज फेथ और हमें घर पे रुकना चाहिए कि इट इज our irresponsibility to go Vrindavan in these days, Corona days. So it was my question.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Maharaj, did you got it? She's asking, it is Kartik and we hear one should go to Vrindavan. So
Yes.
is it faith that we should go to Vrindavan even when the COVID is there here in Vrindavan also? Or should we, have...
COVID is everywhere. No, it's what can you do? Now, if you feel the urge and then you want to actually go to Vrindavan, okay, take precautions and go. No. So travel in car, don't go in the buses. Just for the peace of mind, just take precautions, whatever you need to. But if you can go to Vrindavan, go to Vrindavan. No.
Yes, sir.
Just don't, whatever you know that it may be the risky situation, then avoid that. No. Because Krishna does protect, but we should not exercise that Krishna will protect me no matter what situation I get into. So that way we are trying to take service from Krishna. Okay, Krishna, I'm going to some difficult situation, dangerous situation. You protect me because you said so. I'm a devotee. No, devotees don't do that. So take precaution. No. But if it is really something that you can go, and then you have proper place to stay, and then go for the parikramas, I don't know, probably it's also going to be much less people there now. So it may be wonderful time to go. So yeah, like that.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Maharaj. One or two more devotees are saying we have got go ahead from Maharaj. No, let's go to Vrindavan. It is
Okay.
yes, Maharaj. So thank you so very much, Maharaj. I think no more questions. Just thanks. So thank you so very much, Maharaj.
Okay.
It's so nice to hear Updeshamrit from you. So we'll just chant aloud Hare Krishna Mahamantra. So thanks, Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Priti Vardhan Maharaj ki jai, Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So thank you so much devotees. आप लोग वृंदावन जाने की आपकी सबकी इच्छा है. आज सुबह हमारी टेंपल में एक कांग्रेगेशनल मीटिंग थी और वहाँ भी बात कर रहे थे कि एक दे आर टेकिंग डिवोटीज एंड देन फिर उन्होंने यहाँ सबसे पूछा जो और ग्रस्त मेंबर हैं कि वृंदावन के लिए बस भरनी है और एक एक करके सबने मना कर दिया. और इसी तरह से who took Rasanand Prabhu took devotees to Vrindavan